so, babe, can't even get mad at you. What a thing, you're really sweet, and I feel so good, it's true. You're such a gun, make my lungs sound, breathing in the air. Through loving you, I really know, child, just how much I care. Give me your love. Tomorrow, you do what you have to do. I'll share the weight, whatever fate plans to bring to you. Don't worry about no attitude, you just be yourself. Could live with you in solitude and need no one else. Give me your love, give me your love, give me your love. Wasn't supposed to be. We were supposed to change. It couldn't be arranged. Your mama, son, and sisters too, all here today, should not intrude. Say exit left, I'll help myself. Just trust your sign, ain't got no time. Of mutual choosing, 'cause what is yours is mine, is just yours and not mine. You're not gonna mess up my mind, 'cause I ain't got the time. I love what's going up and help yourself. You double cross, your love was false, ignored advice, and blew our life. Your useless prayer, I cannot bear. It wasn't fair, you should have cared. Ain't got it, ain't got it. 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 Your mama said, and sisters too, all here today should not intrude. Say exit left, I'll help myself. Distrust your sign, ain't got no time. Ain't got it, ain't got it. Ain't got it. Ain't got it. You double crossed, your love was false, ignored advice, and blew our life. Your useless prayer, I cannot bear. It wasn't fair, you should have cared. Ain't got it. Ain't got it. Ain't got it. Ain't got it.
Now I get to find out how little I could move while doing this show.
You can't. You have to move.
I can't stand up.
Why not? You have no pants?
No, I definitely have pants. It's a good thing I have pants because them claws are sharp.
Wow.
And
You're
and-
doing
and-
that on stream nowadays. I see. Okay. Well,
The hell
I mean,
claws?
you would think that would be without pants, but I'm just
Um,
saying.
You definitely don't want a cat to sit on your lap without pants.
Oh, I've done it. You have underwear on, but you don't have pants. You don't have to have pants on.
I mean, especially a cat that likes to knead a lot before they settle in.
Oh, well, that's fine. It depends on what you're into, I guess, right?
It's and they don't discriminate between leg and naughty bits. So there's times where it's like, no, not there. Why don't we shift over a little bit and start kneading somewhere else? My mic's a little hot. Let me bring that. My levels are a little hot, huh?
What is minus?
Maybe let's hear.
Do I need to turn some syncs down?
Well, I can. Brian's got to call his brother, so I can turn you up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She didn't
I
like that. She didn't like that.
You moved?
Momo, come here, Momo.
Oh, Momo.
Come here,
little
Momo.
kitty.
Come here, Momo. Momo's been my shadow today.
Yeah. Well, Momo's still new.
Momo is, yeah. So that looks okay. So I guess ModPro could tell us how our voices.
Mod Pro, how's our voices? I haven't even done anything. I just woke up,
Yeah.
so.
Well, I just noticed that my microphone's hitting the red, and I turn yours up a little bit. And also,
yours is or mine is?
mine is.
Oh no, you
So I
sound
just-
fine to me. You weren't that loud.
Okay.
You know, you were
Momo.
close because you were close to the mic. You weren't talking very loud, but.
Come here, Momo. Oh, she's gonna go hide under a bed or something. Oh, there, Momo, come here. Come here, Momo.
Momo. What?
She, yeah. So I guess we should address the cat in the room.
Oh.
Let me. Okay. I got to figure out how to arrange my things so I could use my keyboard
what you
and have
need
a.
to do, okay, Gator, this is my thought. This is what you need to do. Put a cat tree right next to your chair, and it will perch on it the whole show.
Well, yeah, she does. I do have a short cat tree next to my chair. It's been here for years. Neither of the other cats would ever settle down on it. Finally, I found the cat that has taken to it, but then she also likes to shift over to my lap. And then she also likes to steal my spot when I stand up.
That's because it's warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other cats never took to that. The other cats never liked this chair. So, anyways, where we left off last week was that Hestia was still not responding to treatment. And we took her back to the vet hospital because if there was anything else we could do, we would have to act then. And we had the choice of a feeding tube to put the weight back on while still not knowing the underlying issue, and we made the choice to not subject her to a feeding tube when likely there was nothing more we could do, and we were just making her suffer the discomfort of a feeding tube for her last days. So she continued to get weaker. She did not respond to the steroid treatment being increased, which I wasn't expecting her to. And last week was a little rough because I had set my requirements for what was quality of life that was worth allowing her to continue to stay with us.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that as long as she was, not showing signs of being in pain or in discomfort.
Yeah,
and was
a little bit of QOL,
and was still moving around and spending time with us and not just hiding in one spot all the time, that would be my line. The problem is that I didn't expect her to just hit the bare minimum of that line while continuing to deteriorate as we watched. And that was taking a toll. Kristen was, kind of saying we should set an appointment. We should probably... She didn't want to wait till it was too late. And she had a point. And so there were some conversations throughout the week of, no, not yet. No, let's keep monitoring this. Let's see how she is tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And by Wednesday, she was still getting weaker, and I kind of could tell this wasn't going to go on for much longer.
Yeah.
Even though she was still walking around and spending time with us and not showing signs of being in distress or pain. But Kristen was really feeling kind of stronger about it, and I couldn't really dispute her claims. She was seeing Hestia struggling more while walking. She could still walk, but she was wobbling a bit. There were times that she'd make little hops and kind of had to catch herself, wasn't quite making them.
Yeah.
So on Wednesday, I said, well, tell you what, make an appointment with the vet for tomorrow, and we'll see what the vet says. And if anything, the vet could give us guidance as to whether or not there's anything more we could do to provide further comfort or if it's time. And I was, just to show how completely out of touch with reality I was, we set the appointment for Thursday. The vet's office did us a gracious favor that I didn't even think about. When you call for an appointment like that, they set it up for the very end of the day right before the office closes. So you don't have to walk out visibly upset to a waiting room filled with people and barking.
Yeah.
Kind of, you're the last ones leaving, and it's just all the staff offering their condolences on your way out the door.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think of that. But I was kind of like, oh, why do they set it for the end of the day? It's, and it's like, no, they call.
They had a reason for that, yes.
Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
And just to show how much I was completely delusional of how well this how this would go, I was like, well, gee, that might make us a little late to getting to our grocery shopping because Thursday night's our grocery shopping night. Partway through this appointment, I was questioning how I was going to drive myself home. The thought of driving to a grocery store was like, it's like, oh my God, how did I think I was going to do that? Like, that's not happen. We'll do our grocery shopping on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this past month, I've been given the weekly updates on this story. And throughout this process, you know what's coming and you prepare yourself. And
You can never prepare yourself though, Gators. That's the
well,
problem.
you can and you can't. I mean, in a sense, I knew that life without Hestia in this house was coming. And yes, there are sad moments, and yes, I miss her. But also, I had time to kind of come to face that reality was coming. But what there's no preparing for is that final vet visit. There just is nothing you can do to prepare for that. So there's no need to dwell on that. Anyone that's experienced it knows, and anyone that doesn't, I hope you never have to. Well, I, that's like saying I hope you never have a pet.
Oh.
And that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah. So Hestia was, the vet took a look at her on Thursday and pretty much said it's time. And we, Now, Dune wants to know if this lap cat has a motor. It purrs some when I pet her, but she doesn't have a motor while she's sitting here lounging. But she does need with the claws out for a bit before she settles down like this. The other dilemma I faced was, as we're preparing to go to the vet's office on Thursday, I'm like, well, what do we do? Because you could do standalone cremation where you get your cat's ashes, they keep it separate, and I'm like, okay, am I a person that is gonna amass a collection of urns to put on a shelf? I didn't see myself being that person. Kristen didn't see herself being that person either.
Yeah.
I didn't feel the need to keep a container of ashes, and I didn't necessarily see the need to figure out where to scatter ashes. So we decided not to go that way. Of course, the group cremation is the cheaper option. You could do that as well.
Wait. Did you say group cremation?
Yeah, they just kind of, it's... the way I want to describe it's going to sound tasteless, and this is a very serious... But yes, they will do group cremation. And I think when they do group cremation, they'll also divide the ashes up so you kind of get a mixture of ashes that some of them contain your...
So it might be some of yours, some of somebody else's, a little bit here, a little bit there.
Or you could just do the group cremation and not ask for any ashes back, which is cheaper than doing the put it to the side.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
cremation.
not okay. I thought you were getting like a vial of this giant pile of ashes. Oh yeah, there's some of yours, some of yours, some of yours. Yours is in here somewhere. I didn't know if it was that or not.
Well, if 5 people come in the same time to the place that does it, and they do the group of 5, and then the 5 want ashes, they can divvy them up. I think they will do that. So you're not necessarily have only your cat's ashes, but you do have remain. I don't know.
You got lots of different cats. You got lots of different animals in one vial. That's pretty good.
I think they do that. I'm not sure. I wasn't going to do that, so I didn't research it.
Did you get the ashes made and then have them squished into a gem?
Well, the thing was either we were going to do group cremation and we don't need the ashes back, or we'll bring we'll bring her home with us and dig a hole in the backyard together. And we went with, and it was one of those things. I didn't necessarily want to bury her in our backyard.
I understand that too.
Because I don't know that I'm gonna live here the rest of my life. But then again, that is a thing that happens, that you bury pets in the yard, and then because heck, our
then people move, and then one day you're so some random person's in your house, and they're sitting there tilling, and are like, oh.
I mean, my childhood dog Banshee's still sitting in the backyard of the house at Hillsborough. Whoever's living there now, don't have a clue, unless she's been happily haunting them. But I don't
Maybe.
think so. Maybe.
Banshee's been benching.
Banshee didn't come back and haunt us while we still were there, so she's resting peacefully in the
Yeah,
backyard
yeah.
there. The point is that pets do get left in yards, and yards change ownership. It's a thing
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah.
But I still wasn't sure if I needed or want to do that. But I felt like it would be such a dismissive, awful thing to do, to be like, I don't even care, just burn it and get rid of it. That's what it feels like, even though that's not really. So I was undecided until there's that moment where they're like, what would you like to do? And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, well, we could hold her aside for you and you can call. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. We got to make a decision.
You're gonna call 5 years later. We still have your cat. Have you decided what you want to do with this yet?
She's been propping the door open.
She's been yes.
So I said, we'll take her home. So Friday, we buried her in the backyard. And,
Oh, okay.
there's a lot of stones in the dirt in this area. So I was able to amass a nice pile of stones to put on top of the spot as kind of a marker. Yes.
Which will be there until you hit it with the lawnmower once, and you'll say, okay, that's enough of the stones.
No, that's it's enough of a pile that I'll mow around it. Obviously.
He says this now.
I'm now if you mowed my lawn, you'd plow right over those rocks.
Oh yeah, it'd be gone. Those stones would be hitting windows. They'd be going around. They'd be hitting other things. You'd be like, dude, why do I just got? What happened to my car window? I ran over a big old pile of stones. I'm sorry.
So it was very sad, and
Yeah.
we're gonna miss our cat Hestia. Hestia was a pair of eyeballs when we first met her, glowing from a dark enclosure. Oh, Momo, what's up, Momo? What, you want to go over there now, Momo? Okay.
Momo's like, hey, I want a party. What are you doing?
Momo's
talking
like,
to these
I don't know
people?"
what you're pinging about over there, but I'm gonna go sit over here.
Yeah.
Sparky writes, until he gets tired of weed whacking around it. We'll see how that goes. For now, I got a pile of rocks marking this spot.
But you've also found that your ground has lots of rocks.
Yeah. So, anyways, Hestia really, took her time to show us her personality, which
They usually do. A lot of times they do.
She was a very shy, nervous cat, but a very sweet cat. But her nerves were such that she really only showed her sweetness and opened up on her terms, however she was comfortable.
Yeah.
But she found her way to communicate how to approach her. So, when you go through a thing like this, you go through all kinds of thoughts and dwelling and reflecting and get really philosophical about it. And I could ramble on about philosophical thoughts about cats for hours. They basically revolve around the concepts of loss and gain, and how throughout life there are losses, but then there are also gains, and it's sometimes through loss that opportunities open up for gain and for new. And so I knew that, when you bring in a cat, that there's a time limit on that. And I also know that throughout my life, I want to continue to bring more cats into my life and get to know them as well, while not replacing any cat, because you can't replace. Certainly I have room for another pet now. And the logical and practical thing to do would have been to take some time to process this, take some time to get through the holidays, take some time when I don't have to travel anymore, and then go to the shelter and get a new cat. But I'm not exactly in a logical or practical place right now. And so first I'm thinking like, all right, well, if I just get through the next few weeks and get through Thanksgiving, when we get back from Thanksgiving, maybe we can go to the shelter then, and then I'll have like a month before like we need to travel for Christmas. And then part of me is like, if we get a really chill cat that does well, she'd probably adjust in a week well enough that we could leave her for a few days with some food out. And, it's like it could work. And as Sparky says, but you could not pass up a cat named Momo from New Jersey. Right. And exactly. Doom points out, no, you would not have the Momo if you did that. Yeah. So as listeners of this show know, there is a streamer by the name of Momo that streams blasting techno remixes from her car radio while driving to work in the city on the Jersey Turnpike. And we absolutely love Momo from New Jersey who streams on Twitch. So when I found out there was a cat named Momo at the shelter, hey, Momo, she's going to go explore some. I'm like, well, we do still have all this leftover wet food for cats with kidney disease that you can't give a normal cat.
Why can't you give it to a normal cat?
I don't know, but that's what the vet says. So I'm not questioning that.
Did you donate it to the vet?
Well, the vet office wouldn't take the food actually for legal reasons. So there might be
Really?
something to they said, I don't think we can take donations for legal. Well, someone could tamper food and drop it up, but there are places that will take food.
Oh.
They directed us exactly to where they take. The vet office didn't take the food, but they knew who was.
No, they'll take dry food, dude. They won't take wet food.
I don't know what the deal is. It probably varies from office to office, state to state. But the point is, if you go to a vet office and they're not taking food, they will tell you where to take the food. And they go ahead.
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
So I basically decided, tell you what, why don't we take the food to the animal rescue where we adopted our cats from? And while we're there, let's take a look at this Momo cat I'm seeing on their website, because I love the name Momo. And so we decided to take a look at the cats while we dropped off the food there. Actually, weird thing happened. We get there, we park. They're open from 12 to 4 on Saturday. We get there, there's a sign in the window that says closed, returning at 1. The clock with the hand that they set to 1. And it's like 12:56. And I'm like, they're only open for 4 hours and they took a lunch break?
Yeah.
Like is that... And of course, you do the little thing where you pull the handle just to see if it's locked or not, and it's not locked. But then it's like, okay, well, I know it's unlocked, but do I want to walk in when the sign says closed? And
yes.
So while Kristen and I are debating this, we're like,
oh, you guys would have been debating. I would have been already inside looking for animals, honestly.
We had 4 minutes to wait. I'm like, let's wait the 4 minutes and then walk in and see. But while we're standing.
Patient.
While we're standing there waiting, someone else came up that had a donation to make.
Pop. Sparky says pop in to say housekeeping.
That is what we could have done. So when the other person walked up, she goes, are they closed? And I said, well, we don't know. The sign says closed, but the door is unlocked. And she said, all right, I'm walking in. And I said, okay, we'll be right there.
I agree with them. I would have done the same thing. I would have said, there's animals in there. I'm going to go say hi. Bye. You guys can argue.
I said, we'll be right behind you. So that's the way to do it. You get someone else to go in first. So you can be like, I just followed them.
That would have been me. I have no problem with this. Yeah. I would say, you guys can be out here arguing. I'm in there playing with the animals. Bye.
So we followed her in, and she does a donation. We do the donation, and I go, oh, by the way, while we're here, do you mean for your sign to say closed, or should we flip that to open? Oh, sorry, that's an accident. So the other lady that made the donation, she flipped it to open on her way out to help them out. So it was open. They just forgot to flip the sign. So we went back. We looked at the cats. There was this really cute black cat that was, as soon as he saw us, he's like headbutting the cage, like pet me, pet me, pet me. But the cat had a feline disease of some sort that's it's treatable, but requires regular vet visits. It's contagious, so you really can't take him home if you have no cat.
Yeah. Since you have yeah.
And that was heartbreaking because that cat was like, if it were healthy, I would have been like, all right, well, this one claimed, because you know how I am. If a cat claims me, I'm like, well, this one claimed, and that cat was trying to claim us. It's like, sorry, we can't bring you home. It's
Yeah, Shantako would not have been a happy kitty after about a
And-
week or two.
and there was a cute, kitten that was batting around a toy but we're not bringing home a kitten with only a week of training time before we got to travel. So we checked out Momo. Momo looked pretty. Momo was kind of standing back in her enclosure, but we asked to take a peek, so they brought out a little fish to as a treat. That brought her right out to look at us.
Well, yeah, fish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, the cages do have they have predetermined bios based on different cat personalities, because I've seen them repeat some of those particulars. They do it in the form of a first person. Hi, I'm very structured. I have my schedule I follow every day. Lie in the window. Hi, I'm a shy cat, but once you give me time, I'll open up and be your friend. Or they have things like that, so they kind of
That's
get a
cute.
feel for the personality and put that up. And so while we're looking at Momo, and also Momo, as you saw, cute black and white, kind of an Oreo type of thing going on. So we asked, well, what's her history? And they said, we don't know a whole lot about her history. She was transferred from another shelter in New Jersey. And I'm like, oh my God, a cat named Momo from Jersey. It does. How perfect
It
is
doesn't
that?
get much better.
I wonder if they named her after the Momo the streamer that drives
Oh,
the
dear.
turnpike while streaming. Probably not. But so all we know from the paperwork is that she was surrendered to a cat shelter, and I don't know what the circumstances there. If what reason? I mean, she's a very sweet, very
A lot of times,
affectionate cat.
I've had to surrender pets to an animal shelter, and it sucks. But it's just
it
you
sh-
move and you can't take another animal with you. So
It could have been a change of life
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It could have been a owner pass thing or a family member thing. Who knows? All
Yeah.
we know is she was surrendered. Also, the other thing is after that vet visit last Thursday, I was like, let's get a younger cat this time, so that's longer before we have to do this again. Unfortunately, that didn't really work out that way. Momo's 8, which is a little older than I was planning on for adopting another cat. But on the other hand, I'm a sucker for helping something in need. And the older the cat is, the less the harder it is to get them adopted out. Although it doesn't hurt that a 8-year or older cat is a $50 donation to adopt, whereas if she was a year younger, it'd be a $150 donation. So they knock $100 off the price for an 8-year-old cat.
Well, and your cat's the cat's probably well trained, or especially if it's surrendered, it's used to people and knows things. So
Now, Sparky asking, could you find out more from the shelter in New Jersey? If there was more I needed to know, I guess I could call them up and see what records they have or if they keep records. But there's
yeah,
nothing.
hi, shelter in Jersey. I'm doing a background check on my cat. I want to make sure
I mean,
no
the relevant-
felonies, no nothing. What's up?
the important stuff is here. We know her personality, very affectionate, very friendly. We know that she's got a clean bill of health from being checked out by the vets in the time of taking her in. She did have an upper respiratory thing that they gave her some antibiotics for and cleared up. So other than that, no health issues that they know of. There's not really much more I need to know.
How can I ask a question?
Sure.
How is it? How is Momo and Chantico? Are they pretty okay with each other, or
They're okay.
they're okay? Okay.
They're not
That's good.
chummy. They're not buddies, but they're not fighting. They're not hostile. They're both a little skittish about each other, in the sense of, if Momo sees Shaniko, Momo might hiss but keep her distance. Shaniko might look a little unsure and keep her distance. And
Okay.
another thing is that Shaniko spends most of her time in Kristen's room, and Momo has popped in and out of there a few times, but she generally spends most of her time in the record room, which is where we initially set her up to acclimate, and my room because she's bonded to me. I've been spending more time getting her out of her shell and bonding with her. So Momo's really Hestia and Shaniko bonded more with Kristen than with me, and they bonded with Shaniko's bonded with me. Shaniko likes me, but Shaniko sleeps with Kristen. Shaniko sits on Kristen's lap, rarely will sit on my lap, almost never sits on my lap. Shaniko used to spend time kind of chilling next to me when I had the futon here. Ever since I got rid of the futon, she doesn't really visit me any. So and Hestia would come in here if she wanted attention from me and lure me over to the bedroom, and because she was comfortable with me petting her on the bed. But Hestia didn't sleep in my room. She sleeps Kristen's. She would sleep in Kristen. So the two of them spend more time with Kristen than Hestia and Shaniko did and do. Tense gets weird here when you're talking about one dead, one alive. They spent more time with her, but now that Shaniko's kind of got her stake on Kristen's room, it's just kind of another thing that drives Momo more to me. So Momo's definitely spending more time with me, less time with Kristen. Also, I kind of did rush it bringing Momo in, and I'm really, since she's taken to me so much, we're really kind of bonding, and as you see, now she likes to spend hours just chilling on my lap. I'm having to figure out how to work without getting up and keeping my keyboard in reach. But at first, it kind of feels weird. When we brought in Shaniko and Hestia, it wasn't after another cat, so it was new to us, and we were getting to know them. But when you lose a cat that you were so bonded to and so close to, and then you bring in another cat, you're very aware of that bond that you lost, and you're very aware of, I don't have a bond with this cat yet. And so in a sense, you kind of get this feeling of, it feels like we're watching someone else's cat right now. Like, I know she's my cat, but she doesn't entirely feel like my cat yet. But that's something that grows over time.
Oh,
yeah. So I think, especially given that I've spent more time with her than Kristen has, I think Kristen's kind of still in this feels like someone else's cat right now. But that'll change over time. But it very well may be that Momo will always be more bonded to me than Kristen, just kind of like how Shaniko is more bonded to Kristen than me. It's just the way things go. You never know how things are going to go with a pet.
Yeah, and whether the two cats will bond with each other, that's a question or not. That's
Right.
going to have to happen over time.
I mean, Shaniko and Hestia, they got along. They would lie near each other in the bed, but they would rub against each other a little bit. But I wouldn't say they were... there was a bit of an antagonistic thing going on, because Shaniko would sometimes kind of bop a paw at Hestia, and Hestia would always retreat and run away. There have been a few moments where, but Shaniko has not bopped a paw at Momo.
Probably because Momo's going to bop a paw back at Shaniko this time, too.
Well, that's the thing. I think Shaniko's approaching this cautiously, which I'm thankful for, because I don't know how Momo's going to react to a paw. But Momo, there have been times where Shaniko kind of got Momo a little cornered, and Momo ended up running off. And that's a good thing. If a cat's going to react by running away rather than being confrontational, I'll take that any day.
Now, what would the real Momo do if a cat bopped her nose?
She'd go get the Bertolli olive oil and...
Pretty much. You'd be you ain't surviving that one.
Yeah.
She'd go nuts, and then she'd go off on stream.
Now, Shaniko is... Shaniko, I think, was just 1 year off from Hestia. So Shaniko's got to be 12, I think.
Okay, so Shaniko's the old one.
But, well, no, Hestia was 13. Well, now
between the two of them now.
Between Momo and Shaniko, Shaniko's the old one. So we do have some years between Momo and Shaniko. But Shaniko's age is also an estimate. They don't know exactly what her birthday was. They estimated her at 7 years old when we took her in. So roughly 12, give or take.
Okay.
Whereas Momo, we have a birth date that supposedly is accurate, but who even knows if someone estimated that? That's the other thing. Momo is very energetic and playful for an 8-year-old cat, and she's got like a kitten meow. So, I wouldn't guess 8, but
It's just the breed,
yeah, that could
Or
be.
the lifestyle that she was in before, maybe there were their kids, maybe there was a lot of energy in the other house she was in. So
That could be. That could
Yeah.
be. Now, Dune wants to know if her hair is fly. Oh, man. Dune, you gotta pack up all the Momo clips you have, and send those over to me, or at
Oh,
least
no.
get me a collection. I need to bring those with me to Thanksgiving so I could explain why the name Momo drew me when I'm explaining to my family about our new cat Momo. Because if I go, yeah, she drives a car on the turnpike and streams from there, I'm going to get some strange looks. So I'm going to need to pull up. No, here, watch.
yeah.
Incoming! So yeah, that's been keeping me busy, having a new cat named Momo to
I just borrow the cats from outside, so
yeah.
I mean, so is Dune. So
Oh, Dune is here's the thing. Once you start feeding the outdoor cats,
I don't feed them.
the numbers
Well,
go up.
Sometimes I feed them a hot dog.
No,
or two.
Dune. I'm
Depends.
talking about Dune's house.
Oh,
So,
cats do like hot dogs. Just to let you know.
Dune, how many cats are you up to now? Have we hit
how
double
many-
digits yet?
Yeah, how many streamers are we going for?
Anyways, I did get a message from Brian, and I wasn't sure how to interpret it. Sparky wants to know speakerphone screen issues in the conference room status. Oh yeah, they stopped doing this going to sleep thing. The tech came in, and they all were awake and not going to sleep anymore. So go figure. Now, he did poke around, and he found a setting that could potentially be a sleep setting. I suspect that having Teams in a state that it couldn't auto-sign itself in had some connection to the device not keeping itself awake.
Probably.
I suspect.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% on that. We'll have to see. I'm going in on Wednesday, so we'll do another round. If I need to log into all the devices one by one and disable the Windows sleep power
So
settings.
it's another 2-day-a-week thing this week.
No, I'm not going in tomorrow. I'm only going in Wednesday because the third week of the month. See, the first and third Wednesdays of the month, everyone's required to be in. So myself and my coworker switch off going in 2 days a week those weeks. So the first week of the month, I go in Tuesday and Wednesday. The third week of the month, I only go in Wednesday. All the other weeks, I go in Tuesday, and my coworker goes in Wednesday. So basically, the third week is the week that we trade, because this week my coworker will be in Tuesday and Wednesday to cover the Tuesday shift, and he has to be in Wednesday. So this is that week that I go in only Wednesday. And so I'm going to have to do a walk around. If they start going to sleep again, I know where the setting is to change. Because there's one room that there was another problem we had, that every few weeks they freeze up and we have to power cycle the equipment, and they think that it's the wireless video module that is having some kind of a sync issue that's causing them to get in the state. So they disabled that module in one of the rooms as a test to see if that room stops needing to be restarted while the other ones still need to be restarted. So that's where we are right now. Now, Sparky wants to know what happens if someone is sick when it's their day to go in. Well, that depends. If someone is sick and they let us know like the night before, I'm sick and I can't go in, or they let us know early enough, the other one covers. Now, there have been times where I'm sitting here working, thinking my coworker's in the office, and then like right as I'm settling in a few hours into my shift, It's like, hey guys, I'm sick. I can't go in today. And it's like, if you told me at 7, I would have caught the next train.
So what you can do next year? Next year,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's on a Wednesday, I think.
Thanksgiving's always on a Thursday.
Is it?
Yes,
Oh.
because Black Friday is always the day after Thanksgiving.
What Black Friday was on Thursday that year then?
What if Black Friday was on a Thursday that
Yeah.
year?
Are you kidding? There's a Black Friday on a Thursday, a Saturday, a Sunday, a Monday, a Tuesday, and a Wednesday.
Now, Sparky wants to know, is the train only an hour? Well, roughly, but it's a 15-minute walk to the train station. It's another 20-minute walk from the train station to the office. So I'm looking at, an hour and a half-ish, hour 45 minutes for the full trip. And plus, that starts, based on what time the train's actually running. Now, Memorial Day is always on a Monday.
Thank goodness.
So, anyways, the point is, no, actually, I think there was one time that he had to take a day off from work for something that was going on, or he had to work from home for something family related that was going on, and it was something that it's like he should have known ahead of time. And so my gripe was, you should have told me yesterday so that I could have gotten myself up earlier and I would have covered for you. All you had to do was tell me.
Yeah.
So now he knows to tell me anytime. Like, don't feel bad about asking me to do something. Like, I'd rather, because if someone gets sick unexpectedly or something happens, then we just don't have service desk coverage in the office, which means any problems that come up, we have to do our best to resolve remotely or find the best workaround we can. And there are things we can do. We have spare equipment that are stashed in places in the office, so we can walk people through, have so-and-so let you into this room. On the shelf there, you'll find that. Or we could try to do things. But it's not great if the CEO has a laptop crash and needs a replacement laptop, and we're limited on how much we can help him because no one showed up in the office that day. So that's my worry, is that if we, if all the planets align in a horrible way, we end up in that kind of situation. But knock on wood, that hasn't happened yet.
Uh-huh.
Sparky writes in, starting to sound like Brian has no interest in the streaming anymore. Well, I was starting to talk about that. So he sent me a message today at 15 minutes before showtime. I will be calling my brother this evening. And I wasn't sure if he meant he was going to call his brother on stream, or I'm going to be late because I'm calling my brother, or me and my brother, we need to spend 2 hours, going over, catching up and things. And so I'm not around at all. That's all he said. So I don't know. So basically, I sent him the link in case he does have time to jump in.
I was taking a potty 15 minutes before show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And waking up.
Yeah. Sparky writes in, if CEO has an issue, no one there, you're working from home days will be over. Not necessarily. It'll certainly call scheduling into question. But everyone's pretty chill and pretty cool at this place. So it's not going to be a 0 to 100 type of situation. The CEO isn't going to fly off the handle on one poorly timed incident, but the CEO might, talk to the next one down going, hey, we should review IT coverage. And then they might have a conversation with the IT head, who might have a conversation with my boss, and my boss might go, guys, we got to have you both in 2 days a week, at least for a little while, just to get the heat off of us. That's how I'd see something like that going. So the worst case scenario would be coming in 2 days a week every week instead of 1 day a week most week and 2 days a week once a month, and other days as needed, because there is that stipulation, other days as needed. So as long as we don't rock the boat, we should be fine. But if we get unlucky and someone gets sick and can't give enough heads up to get some coverage in there. Also, our boss is usually on site most Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So he can kind of cover for us most of those days, too, if we talk him through a few things.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, rock the boat, baby.
Hughes
Sorry.
Corporation. That's like one of the first disco hits, right?
I don't know. Is it?
I think that so.
I think it was also a Budweiser commercial.
No, that was. I think it was a.
No, that was.
Coke,
There was.
it
a
was
couple,
either Coke Zero or Pepsi One, because there was like that
Oh.
commercial where they had the cans of the either Coke Zero or Pepsi One next to regular cola on tables on a boat that's kind of like rocking, and so the cans are kind of shifting around, and people are just picking up and swigging and putting it down, and the cans are swapping because they're sliding around the tables, but people don't even notice the difference between regular cola and Pepsi One.
Oh, I would notice.
I mean, anyone would notice.
Number
Commercials
one, zero
are a
and one
lie.
are not that. They were not that. I can't
Yeah.
do the zero shirt. I can't do it.
No.
I actually get headaches with the stuff in the zero sodas.
So anyways, I do have some funny material that, I was strolling on the internet, as I do like to do, to quote Brian Greene. And I found things that are not new, but they were new to me. And now Mars, you saw the Wheel of Fortune clip yesterday, right?
No.
No, you didn't see the all right, well, we got to share this again.
Yeah, because I tuned in and out of the show yesterday. I was in
Okay.
and out everywhere. So
This is from May, which shows how behind the times I am. Pat Sajak ain't even hosting the show anymore.
No,
And this
I know,
clip
he
is
got-
with Pat Sajak hosting.
I know.
And the best part is I found another clip of this that they zoom in on the guy right after he gives the best answer ever. So I'm going to go ahead and share my tab and make that bigger. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to not share through the mixer, so it'll share through the sharing. So I hope the sound should work.
I hear it.
That came through?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. It's a toss-up, and it's a phrase, and this guy wins the whole show with this answer, even though it was wrong, and he actually... I think he did win the show. Anyways, here we go.
Tavares, right in the butt?
Oh.
No.
Oh, wait, said no.
Blake.
This is the best.
Yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah. Much better answer.
It's right in the butt.
You know.
That would be right in the butt, Pat.
Pat's like, no.
No.
It's like, no.
And the best part is I went ahead and I grabbed that for the soundboard and denoised it, DAI'd it.
Right in the butt?
So he got that.
There
right.
you go. There you
Right
go.
in the butt?
Oh my god.
Right in the butt? Right in the butt?
No. No, that does not sound right together, Gators. Yes, the Eddie Murphy song, Boogie in the Butt. Yes.
Boogie in the butt.
Right in the butt?
Yes, that's exactly where.
He sounds so confident, too.
Yes.
He's like, I know this one right in the butt.
I got this one. Now, oddly enough, that's not the only time something inappropriate has happened on Wheel of Fortune. As we know, Andy Richter has been on that show many times, and I just like to share this classic Conan clip of Andy Richter showing all the problems he's run into being on Wheel of Fortune. So here we go. Here's this.
A Wheel of Fortune contestant has gone viral after making a wildly inappropriate guess on the show. Yeah, check it out.
Chasing tail? No.
Chasing tail.
Oh, kicking back.
Yeah, the answer was kicking back, but she guessed chasing tail.
I mean, can you blame her?
Andy, what are you talking about? What do you mean?
That show is always trying to trick you into guessing something inappropriate. It's happened to me so many times. Look at this tape. Okay, Pat, I'm gonna solve it. The fuck stops here.
We're so close. The answer is the buck stops here.
I think I better solve it, Pat. Fuck goose.
Not even close.
Fuck of the draw.
Nope.
Fuck of the Irish. Fuck be a lady tonight.
Are you serious?
Fuck in the saddle again. Fuck in the box. Fucking the quarter fuck. Fuck sand. Mighty fucks. May the fuck be with you. Joy fuck club. Long haul fucker. Fuck puppet. Finger fucking good. Thomas the fuck engine. Fuckish. Curl up with a good fuck. Dwayne the fuck Johnson. Starfuss. Monster fuck rally. Buckingham Palace. Green Bay fuckers. Fuck. Are you sure?
God.
This is the best part right here.
How many times have you been on that show?
A lot, but I always wore my lucky shirt.
I always wore my lucky shirt because every scene he's got the same shirt on.
Wow, Andy's really aged. I haven't watched Conan in ages with Andy. Oh my God, he's really aged.
Yeah, he has. Everyone has. We all have. People look
Well,
at me
I don't
and go,
age, but
"Wow,
it's okay."
well, I guess no, you haven't. You're right. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So there's that. Now, did you hear yesterday when I shared with Dune the Boomhauer clips?
Oh, Boomhauer's great. I love Boomhauer. I love yeah.
King of the Hill.
Yeah,
And-
King of Hill's a great show.
Great show.
I have not watched it. Have they started the new ones yet? Did they start those?
There's been talk about that. I don't think it's starting
I
yet,
think they
though.
stopped because what's his name passed away. One of the guys passed away.
I don't know.
Yeah. Not Boomhauer. Oh God, I can't remember his name. But yeah, one of them passed away, so I think they stopped it.
Now, Dune writes that his wife pointed out, right is 5 letters. Yeah, that answer would have fit, but it's still, it might not be the right answer, but it's the best answer. Anyways, that's great that Dude showed that clip to her.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good clip.
Monster fuck rally. Warhawk liking the monster fuck rally. Sparky wants to know if Andy Richter has turrets. He might. That'd explain a lot. Anyways, so yeah, the Boomhauer clips. This is another one that it's old. All these clips are old, and I'm just finding them now, scrolling through the YouTubes. And I was hoping Brian was going to be here because I would have to ask Brian if he's ever watched King of the Hill or not, and he's probably too busy watching.
I can see. Yeah, I think Dale. Yeah, I think Dale passed away.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I could see Brian of any of the cartoons. He'd probably like King of the Hill.
It's probably one of those shows that he's seen
Yeah.
parts of flipping through the channels, but never sat through a full episode. But I could be wrong. Be wrong. But just for those who are not aware of who or what Boomhauer is, I do have an example, and then we got to talk about the origins, because this is just something that it's been around the internet for a while, but I've only just discovered it. So here's a clip of Boomhauer, and this clip is great because the inspiration for Boomhauer includes the beginning of this scene here, so you really see the link. So here we go. Here's a nice Boomhauer scene.
I've been calling y'all people for better than a month now, grab about y'all every time that dang old dog across the street start yapping at y'all 24 hours a day, and nobody answered. You called, how you supposed to come out to do anything about that dog if you're just going to get a dang old computer ain't going to come over here and just shut that dang old dog up?
Dang old computer ain't going to come here.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely Boomhauer. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, so next I have a clip, an old clip of Mike Judge on Jimmy Kimmel talking about how he got the idea for Boomhauer. And it came from actually a answering machine message. And I'll just let him tell the story because he does a little part of the impersonation of it.
No, this guy was like, he thought the name of the show was Porky's Butthole.
Yeah, it was a voiceover message. We thought it was about Beavis and Butthead and
I
not
love
liking the
Mike
show.
Judge.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get Porky's Butthole out of Beavis and Butthead, but I still have the message. It's like, this thing is a minute and a half long, and he's just like, and this is actually, this is where I got the voice later for Boomhauer on King of the Hill. This guy, his message started out, he goes, I've been calling y'all for better than a month now. Grab about y'all every time that dang old Porky's butthole come on. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the story about it. Now, I did a little searching. And I'm like, there's no way that could have leaked out. It leaked out.
Oh, no.
Someone has a copy of that Mike Judge voicemail tape that has been kept here, and it's been uploaded to YouTube. Now, mind you, this has been uploaded 2 years ago, so that's how far behind I am on this.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the Porky's Butthole voicemail.
I've been calling y'all for better than a month, growling about y'all every time the Looney Tunes come on. Y'all put Porky's Butthole on. I figured last night, and the second cartoon come on, it was Porky's friggin' old butthole. I said, surely y'all ain't gonna put the last two on Porky's friggin' butthole. Now y'all gonna die if y'all don't put Porky's friggin' butthole on the last daggone cartoon like y'all did this morning. I've seen the daggone crap 1.5 times. I don't see why in the heck y'all think these daggone youngins are gonna sit there and watch Porky's daggone butthole time after time after time after time and don't ever get tired of it like. And yes, y'all, I got up at 7:30 in the morning and watched all day, and I don't think y'all was right on time with the old show all daggum day. I went to bed last night wanting to get one right, but y'all was wrong, still wrong. I don't see how. I guess I'm going to have to call the FCC about shutting y'all's butt down. Y'all don't. I just don't. Y'all think the old 3-year-old kid's gonna buy daggone armload of stuff because y'all put them daggone commercials on, dropping them crap on and on and on. It don't make crap. If you was 5 minutes late this time, you're gonna be 5 minutes late next time because you're gonna drop them freaking commercials on till y'all get ready to quit. Y'all, for some reason y'all think you got a job 8 or 10 minutes commercial on every daggone time you don't get through. Every time the show goes off, something, I don't know.
And
Yep. That's definitely Boomhauer right there. That's excellent. That is excellent.
The real life Boomhauer. Now, someone that speaks whatever language that is actually kind of did a little translation. It turns out he's not really talking about Beavis and Butthead at all. He's talking about Looney Tunes on the Cartoon Network starting 5 minutes late because of all the commercials. And so when he goes on to watch Looney Tunes starting on time, instead of seeing the start of the show, he's seeing the end of the previous show where Porky Pig comes out and goes, ba-deep, 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 that's all, folks. And I guess maybe is it like the red circular background that he's calling Porky's butthole? I don't.
Maybe.
But basically, this guy is complaining that all the cartoons on Cartoon Network are starting 5 minutes late, and I guess Cartoon Network and MTV were all under Viacom. Somehow
yeah,
he left
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
voicemail.
Yeah.
Someone heard Porky's butthole and said, "Obviously, that's Mike Judge, Beavis and Butthead." And history was made.
I will say, on everybody's own time, you should watch the watch the interview with Mike Judd on Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Oh,
That
yes.
is a really, really good one. You will laugh your butt off if you enjoy him. So watch that one later on. It's on YouTube. So
Sparky's reminding me of another one, and I think we've played this one before. This one is great because the telling is so well, and the guy laughing. It's the old lady beat up a guy with a Bible who hit their car. I think this is it. Let me go ahead and this one's an animated version. So let me bring that up and share the screen. Here we go. A man is leaving a voicemail for his boss when he witnesses a minor traffic accident. This is what follows.
Hey, Mark, excuse me. I'm on my way to 3768. Kind of got hung up. It's raining out here. I'm on my way into Dallas. Jerry's probably going to be calling you to find out where I'm at if he can't get a hold of me, I'm sure. So thought, whoa. Man, I just had a wreck right in front of me. This guy ran a red light and hit four old ladies in an Impala. Just kind of clipped them and turned them around right in front of me, man. That was close. Oh, now this guy's getting out of his car. He's got a white shirt on with a tiny cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's throwing his hands up in the air like it was their fault. Oh, hold on. He's going over to their window. She's rolling down the window. Oh man, I think she sprayed him with pepper spray, man. He's holding his face and he's on his knee. She's beating him with an umbrella. The other women are getting out too.
Oh, I'd laugh my ass off too. I'd be like, "That's great. Where's my video? Let's go."
Black person, she's tomahawking him, man. She looks like a Sunbelt 20 horsepower jackhammer. But we got another woman that's she's hitting him like he's got a cattle prod, man. She's got an umbrella. She's sticking it in his side. Oh, there's another one it's a little woman that looks like Mother Goose.
Yes, my pro, like this.
She beat him. She's got this huge big bag. It's huge. It's about the size of her. She's about 4 foot nothing. She hit him over the head. Everything went all over the place. Her Bible fell. She just hit him in the head with a Bible. She picked this Bible up and she lifted it way over her head. It was a hardback NVI version. Oh, they're still beating the hell out of this guy. She picked his Bible up and raised it up above her head and just beamed the guy. This guy's not getting up. They're still hitting him. The one with the little black person still, all pieces of it. Okay, he's up on the car. The little woman just beating him again with that big bag. He's running to his car. He's out of here. I gotta go.
That's a
so great.
classic.
That's so great.
That's a classic right there, is what that is. Thank you for reminding me of that one there. Sparky writes in, his laugh makes this the best. That absolutely does. Oh, that's a great one. And Momo came back. Momo came back looking for attention. She loves attention. She loves attention.
See what you're up to. That's what cats do.
Yeah.
Poor cats are hiding. They've been working on the decks and stuff around here. There's been so much noise, and I think they must be working on something outside because my whole condo was shaking earlier. So
There we go. We got Momo Cam now. Here's Momo. Lounging on the cat tree that I set up for Shaniko that she never took to. Isn't that right, Momo?
Well, see, it's getting used now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm glad. In fact, part of me was like, gee, maybe it's time to get rid of this and give up on it. And I'm like, well, let's see what the next cat does. And Momo is just, well, the thing is that Shaniko and Hestia didn't spend a whole lot of time in this room. They spent most of their time in Kristen's room. Hestia would let me pet her on my, bedroom. And so this room probably has the least amount of stink of other cats around it. Because cats smell the presence of other cats. So Momo's probably like, this room's got less claim on it. I'm going to spend more time here. Plus, I like this guy. So. Yeah.
And he seems to be talking to nothing, so.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's having a good old time here. So, what's new? So now, Mars, I guess there's a lot of construction
There's a ton of construction going on. It stopped at 5, thank goodness, right? But yeah, there's been jackhammering and sawing, and they've been doing stuff with metal all day for the last couple days. I thought they were working on my deck or on my stairs, but my niece came by and they said, oh, they're working on people's decks because they came by about a month or two ago and checked for rotted wood. Mm-hmm. They checked out for rotted wood, and I think they're replacing people's railings and stuff. So
this is general work. So this is now. Are your steps done? Like your
no?
Final
I think they're still temporary. I mean, I could go out there and look, but I've been out there all day because they just been going like crazy. So now they were on my deck today. They were right in front of my condo this morning because I'm sitting. My desk is right next to the front door, so like. Things are like vibrating, and I hear the guy's little radios like right in front of my door, so I know he's here. They're doing stuff, so they might be on my stairs, but there's a lot of crap going on today, so I don't know.
Yeah. Now Sparky asked, how long was Momo at the shelter? Well, I saw dates on the form about the transfer from the shelter in Jersey happening around the end of September, but it sounds like she actually physically arrived early mid-October. So I guess maybe the paperwork to transfer her started in September. So she's been surrendered since at least September. She's been she arrived in Rhode Island about a month ago. So she's been in the shelter over a month. Probably around 2 months at least, if you count all the shelter and transferring and traveling. So I think she's quite glad to be home. Although I don't know if she realizes. I mean, she's been through so many changes that hopefully she's figuring out that this is a place she can settle down now. I need to adjust my camera.
So Sparky, right now, especially in the States, people are transferring cats all over the place because shelters get full, especially since kitten season just happened.
Yeah.
A lot of shelters are really full because people are donating like 30, 40 cats and kittens at a time. Because
well, that's the other thing. Christmas season is the time where families will buy a cat for a holiday pet, and then like January they realize, oh dear, what have we done? So sometimes that gets the shelters full, doesn't it?
There's that, and like I said, spring just happened.
Maybe I could take the camera off of Bobo while she does a little personal grooming of.
I don't know. Is that Twitch safe? I don't know.
Does
it say on TOS? Does it say on Twitch TOS?
She got that back leg up in the air, getting in there.
I know everybody wishes they could do that, but.
It's normal. That's what cats do.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So.
But that it's been super busy here.
But I don't know why the transfer. I didn't really ask. And if I didn't ask because I didn't feel like that was a question that the volunteer would have an answer for. That's probably handled by people behind the scenes. So I don't know if the shelter was filling up, and and as they went looking for shelters with room, they had room here, or if there's some kind of a network, or I don't know how that all works. All I know is that she came in from Jersey. Now, the last 2 cats I took home from the shelter, mind you, it was years ago, but those were local cats, so I've not known that to be a normal thing, but I also can't say it's an abnormal thing.
And then of course it's like there are a lot of people that take in a bunch of cats and talk to the shelters and foster them until they're old enough, and they take them into the shelters in either their close area, or if there's not one near them, they will deal with another shelter out of state and deal with that as well. So
yeah, I mean, shelters fill up, and then you know, they communicate with other shelters because they'll try to make every effort they can to move the cat somewhere rather than not. Because at some point, if you know, there are shelters that they fill up, they start euthanizing them.
Yeah, and there are special shelters that are no-kill shelters, and that's what everybody wants to go to, or would rather bring their animals to if they had to. Like when I moved from my old house with my family, and I moved out on my own into an apartment, I couldn't bring my black lab with me, so I brought it to a no-kill shelter. And that dog, from what I understand, I contacted the shelter, and they said that dog was gone within like 4 hours of me giving it to him.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's great. I was glad to hear that. You know.
Yeah, but no-kill shelters will only take in what they can handle.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That's
they
the
can only handle
trade-off
so
there.
much. Yeah.
But well, the thing that this shelter really has going for it is, I mean, there are shelters that are very strict, and I understand it, and it's sad that there is a need for shelters to be strict. But like in the past, like when Gothard brought home our first kitten that we had living up in Maine, that was with the Camden shelter, and they were like, they came in and they did interviews. You had to have references. They'd come and visit the home. They do follow-up visits. So they were very thorough in making sure that you met their standards to take home their precious cats or their precious pets. This shelter I went to in Rhode Island, I mean, you fill out a form and they talk with you. But, I mean, we walked in, we come home with a cat the same day. They're pretty chill about that. And I think that if you're chill about that, it's a lot easier to move animals. Because if you're going to be nitpicky like Camden, Maine, I mean, what happened after that was when we needed to adopt another cat at a later time, Seth didn't go back there. He went to Rockland because Rockland was also really easygoing about. That's the thing. There are easygoing animal shelters, and there are thorough, picky animal shelters. And the thorough, picky animal shelters are going to attract less people to adopt the pets. But you know what? That's, you know, people could choose how to run their operations. So the place I go to, I'm pretty sure they're no kill. All I know is that when I looked around at the local places, they were the one that had the reputation of you go in there, you bring home a pet the same day. And I just, you know, I'd rather deal with the simple option than the complicated
I mean,
option.
can I just order one on Amazon or
maybe in pillow
Amazon
form.
Pet? I don't.
Amazon Pet. Yeah, that's what could possibly go wrong with that idea.
I see nothing wrong with that. Except my problem is either my dog would go to somebody else's house, or I would end up with somebody else's animal.
I think Doone's going to start listing cats on Amazon Pet.
I'm like, why? Why did I get a chinchilla in the mail? I don't quite understand. It's just sitting there at my door. Should I take it or what?
Just poke some holes in the box and slap the label on there, and
wow,
watch the money come in.
Yeah. His wife is gonna wonder where all the cats went.
Oh no, don't worry. There'll be more.
Well, like I said, if those cats are still around in the spring, they will all have litters, and Doom will have about 40 kittens near him.
That's the thing. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure roughly half those cats have big old balls behind them if you take a little glimpse next time you're taking the trash out. This is why I educated Dune on how to identify a male cat in the wild. And
You
now
look
Dune,
under its skirt, right?
now Dune can never unsee that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised he did the image search for
You
that.
look for the little lump, actually, right? Isn't there a little lump in the back?
It depends. I've seen cats that got some pretty big ass balls dangling behind.
Oh, I'm not looking at the balls. Sorry.
Oh.
You enjoy that?
I'm not enjoying that. I'm just saying that I know
Yeah.
that is, if you got wild cats that haven't been fixed, the males are going to have the big balls dangling back there. Because I asked Dune, are they males? Are they females? He didn't know, and I'm like, oh, you've not looked.
How is Dune zoom on that camera?
I don't know. We got to find out.
Do we need to get him one with an AI zoom on it? And-
We might need to. We might need to get the AI ball detect.
Oh, that's exactly what Dune needs.
That is. Remember, back in the day of dumb websites, there was a website called nutsack.com that had a picture of a squirrel with dangling nuts. Is that still a website?
I don't think I ever went to that one, Gators.
That was like back in the day of when what was it? Hamsterdance.com was a website.
Oh, was it the days of the Joe cartoons and the frog blender and the hamster in the microwave?
Hamster in a and the hamster in a microwave would say on one of the things, "Hey, look, I'm hamster dancing." Do 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 do.
Yeah,
because
you
there was
sit there
that.
doing the hamster. You'd be doing a little bit of the moonwalking in the microwave.
Yeah.
And then you get mad at him and just turn it to full power.
It was those dumb things that would go viral back then because
Yeah.
someone bought the URL hamsterdance.com, put in a bunch of animated GIFs.
Yeah,
of
that site was around
hamsters.
forever. I think it's gone now.
Yeah, and they changed the loop a long time ago.
That's so sad. I used to love watching the video on it. There's a music video for it.
Well, now it just loads a blank white page.
Oh, boo! That's no fun.
I'm gonna have to go to the Wayback Machine for this.
Oh, Wayback Machine. Thank you for coming back.
What are we gonna do when they shut down the Internet Archive and?
Well,
fuck our
it
history?
almost went gone.
It's getting its days are numbered and it's sad.
Well, how much storage do you have on your hard drive? Can you save the whole internet on it yet?
Not yet. I'm working my way up to that.
You need about a 10 petabyte.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Just as soon as I pay off the cat debt.
There you go. There you go. And as we all know what that really is from, but...
Oh, it used to loop that.
Yeah.
It doesn't do the loop anymore. And then also, all the rows of animated GIFs were spaced out for like 800 by 600. So now the page doesn't quite look right anymore. But you could still... If I do a little resizing in a window, I could probably make it look right. I probably just need to... Oh, there we go. That's what it looked like. All right, let's share
If you
this.
just loaded your Netscape Navigator 3.04 Gold.
Yeah, exactly. So there it is. There's all the hopping animated GIFs of the hamsters.
That was great.
Yeah. And it used to. I don't know why it's not looping the sound, but it would in its original form when it's working
Is your Shockwave player up to date?
It would just keep looping that. Which you could hear that it's obviously sourced from vinyl, poorly transferred vinyl. But good enough.
I mean,
for the
the
internet.
audio is just a sped up version of the rooster guy from Robin Hood.
Right.
So
I mean, this is back in the days of dial-up, so you didn't need the high quality.
you just
audio.
sit there and leave it on for an hour or two. That or
Yeah.
leak spin.
I think that was a Wait, did you say meat spin?
No, leak spin. LE. Oh God.
Not meat spin.
No, not that one. You don't go to that one.
No, that
No, you go leak spin.
because that one spins you right round like a record baby.
Oh
Mod Pro's
Yes.
laughing. Mod Pro. Please tell me you don't know about meatspin.com. Please tell me you don't.
She's too young. She doesn't know. She was a baby. She was like 3 or 4. She's the baby.
Of
See?
course
Oh, she does know. Uh-oh.
She does know.
Oh no.
One of the things I know about meatspin.com is that it had a counter that would go up for every rotation.
You just little baby, Mod Pro. It's okay.
And then when it reached 10, it would tell you you're gay.
She's gonna find me and pound me one of these days.
Sparky saying, "Do not look up meat spin."
No, don't do it.
He
Don't do
knows.
it.
He knows. And of course, who can forget that love story between those
Great.
2 girls and that 1 cup?
No one wants to see that either.
You know,
The background music is good, I have to tell you, but no one wants to see it.
at least it's not summer, so no one was in the mood for any soft serve ice cream, anyways.
No.
Because certainly
If only they had 2 cups, Sparky says.
there was enough to fill 2 cups. Their cup runneth over.
Yeah, they need the big gulp size, I'm just saying.
Well, they need it to.
Oh, there you go.
Dune has an original hamster dance link. Okay. Why does Dune know where this is?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's more like the real experience. And Barbara writes in, "Oh, look who shows up as we're talking about 2 girls." Oh dear. Oh dear. But
Ew! Oh! Good! Gross! Schifoso!
Did Brian know about those?
about 2 girls, 1 cup.
Well, about any of those.
I think I made him watch that at some point.
What, 2 girls?
I think I may have sent him a link. I forget.
Oh.
Yeah, he may have. I don't think I ever sent him Meat Spin though.
Did you ever send him the lemon party?
Oh, I hope not.
Okay. I did buy some hookers the other day. Yeah, I had done that. I've done that a couple times now. Mine keep getting worn out. I have to buy more.
Yeah. You just wearing them out, are you?
I do. I wear them out.
You wear them out.
They just fall right off the wall. I have to get new ones.
Wow. You're wearing them out. They're falling off the walls.
Well, you know.
They're bouncing off the bed, falling off the wall. You wear them out. You got to buy more.
I said nothing about the bed. They don't
did
go
buy some
anywhere near
hookers
my
the other day.
bed.
They were. Oh. So you just prop them up against the wall and.
Yep, they just go on the wall.
They just go on the wall.
Yep.
Got it. I think Mod Pro's face palming us now.
I didn't do it, Mod Pro.
No, I think that's for me.
She didn't say she's gonna kick my ass later. She said she's me, so that's okay.
Oh yeah.
I expect that, so it's fine.
Yeah. Well, we got that to look forward to.
Yeah.
Well, if she's gonna come out and visit you to do that, she's gotta let me know when so I can come out too.
Well,
hang out.
I'm.
It'll be our next promo. I'll shoot a Super 8 movie of Mod Pro kicking your ass, and then we'll put it up on the YouTube channel for our promo.
But I'm in a different country and across, so it's farther for her to get to me.
Mod Pro,
It's
you can get to San Fran, right? You can get to the San Francisco Bay Area.
Oh, great.
Tell you what, you fly to San Fran, I'll fly in the same time. We'll take Bart. I know where he lives. You knock on the door. I set up the camera.
Yeah. Actually, you do want to go. If you want to go to Hawaii, that's where you come out of. It's SF.
Oh yeah.
SF or LA, honestly, but LAX, but
or Oakland or San Jose. San Jose, Oakland, San Fran are all close enough. You could pretty much take taxis between them, anyways.
Do they all go to Hawaii though?
Well, I know when I went to Hawaii, I forget if I flew out of Oakland or San Fran.
I flew out of San Francisco myself. But,
I think I flew out of San Francisco, but my return flight came into San Jose, because that was when I had booked the blue van. You remember those like blue shuttle vans?
Oh yeah. I never did that.
And I booked one of those for my return trip from the San Jose airport, and we're sitting out there, and the way the blue vans work is you tell them what flight you're on, and you tell them what time. Well, you tell them what time you need a ride, and then, but that's not good enough, because what if the flight's delayed? So you tell them the flight number and the airline, so they have that on record. And even though you tell them this, the process is still that you have to call them and check in, and they don't actually schedule a van to come out there till you call them. They could track this. They could get ahead of it, but they still only rely on, you've prepaid, and we'll send a van when you call us. So we get into San Jose. We get to the pickup point. I call them. They're like, all right, we're a little busy. We'll have one out there. We'll have one out there in 15 minutes. 20 minutes later, no van. I call them up. They're like, it's van number blah, 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 blah. It'll just be a little bit more, another 10 minutes. 20 more minutes go by. I call them up, and they're like, oh, it's not there yet? We'll have to talk to the dispatcher, but it shouldn't be much longer. It's got to be on its way. It'll be another So, at this point, I've been sitting out there an hour, and I call them back, and they're like, well, the van that was supposed to pick you up got into an accident, so we had to schedule another van. It's going to be another 45 minutes. That's when the cursing started happening.
That's when I hop on an Uber and go home.
Well, this was pre-Uber, but I had to hop in a taxi and go home and pretty much empty my wallet to pay him plus tip. But it got us home because the thing that pissed me off though was that the whole time we're waiting for our blue van, at least 20 other blue vans flew past us. So they're sending blue vans out to pick up people. An hour later, you'd think I'd be a high enough priority that they could bump a blue van to get me for someone that's only been waiting 20 minutes. I don't think everyone they're picking up is an hour behind. I could be wrong.
Watch, someone just walked up there. Hey, there's a blue van, picked and jumped on it, and they left.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, they're still scheduling everything else. They're not bumping anyone. They're just screwing one person royally instead of configuring the schedule around to take care of the guy that's been waiting an hour. And so I'm like, I've been waiting here an hour. You tell me to wait another 45 minutes? That's completely unacceptable. And they're pretty much like, well, you can go pound sand. Although they didn't say it like that, but that was pretty much it. And so I told them that
I would, but I left Hawaii. Now I'm here.
I pretty much said, no, you could go pound sand and give me my money back. If you can't get me a van here in the next 15 minutes, you give me a refund. So they sent me over to get the refund. So I took the refund, and then we took the taxi. Because I was not after they lied to me 3 or 4 times. I why should I even trust that 45 minutes was something they were going to hold to? They had already lied to me.
I have to tell you, I'm very lucky. I've never been locked up in an airport waiting to get home. I mean, there's always been an Uber, or like there's BART that goes through SFO, or there's there's something. There's a bus I can take to a BART if you need to get out there. You just have to walk a little way. I mean, there's always something, but I've always been kind of lucky that way. And now there's just Uber or Lyft or something. Just pop on that if you had to.
But you can't always rely on Uber and Lyft. There usually always is Uber and Lyft, but there was one. But then also, if you get there at a busy time, they'll surge price you. And
you know what? I'm gonna tell you, if I'm coming home and it's another $15, I'm gonna say screw the surge price. I'm going home.
Yeah. Well,
And that's what they count on, honestly.
The last time I had to go home, it wasn't $15. It was like double the rate. It was like.
Well, it is SFO. It is San Francisco. I'm not surprised.
Well, no, I'm talking about Boston. I'm talking about here. Like they if they have you over a barrel, they'll take advantage of you. And that's at least the blue vans were consistent with their pricing. Uber does this bullshit where, sliding scale, which basically means if we have an opportunity to, give it to you
right in the butt,
they'll do it.
I still don't believe how confident he was on that.
He knew.
Like, dude, that's not really.
So that's the issue. Well, and then there was another time that we came back from one of our vacations, and we go out to the Uber place, and I bring up the Uber app, and they list a regular price, and I go to schedule the ride, and they basically spend 5 minutes spinning around in a circle looking to book a ride, and then they say there's no drivers available at this time. And I basically had to walk to take mass transit home that day, which because now the last time when I had to pay the surge pricing, it was at an hour that mass transit wasn't running. But the other time when it happened, basically mass transit was running. Uber basically was like, try again in 15 minutes. And so we had to, and that was a pain in the ass because that was after one of our Disney trips. So our feet were sore from being on our feet all day for a week.
Well, yeah.
And then we got to walk more to get to, the bus and walk to the train. But we got home. It was all fine.
Yeah.
Like we wanted to, and Mopro wants to show feet actually because Momo likes to sit on my lap and likes me to kick my feet up when I sit on my lap. I put some socks on today. So sorry, Momo.
No.
no feet.
Socks today.
Socks. But Momo, not Momo, Mod Pro. Why did I? God, too many MOD, blah. But Mod Pro, I tell you, if you really want to see my foot that bad, I do have some cat debt I need to pay off. So,
wow.
If you'd like to buy some pics of my feet.
I mean, Gators has OnlyFans. Or his Only Feet.
Only Feet.
I'm surprised that is not a site. I don't know, actually. I've never.
I'm not looking that up. And Bob Pro reminded me I could call her Shaz.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But, feet pics for Dune. Well, Mod Pro, you can buy them, and then you can send them. They are transferable.
I mean, oh, they're transferable. Okay.
Yeah, some people say non-transferable. I'm not all about that. You want to, if you decide you're done looking at my feet, you can totally gift those or sell those to someone else.
I think there is a feet pic thing on Twitter if you want to look at the hashtag feet pic. I think there's a thing there.
I'm not looking at that.
I'm not either, but I'm just.
Could you sign someone else's Twitter account up for that? No, we're not going to do that.
If I could, maybe.
We're not going to do that.
Kick her ass.
oh, that's great. Shaz comes out to San Fran. We tell Dune he comes fly out too, and then I just filmed this whole thing.
Yeah.
Shaz knocks on your door, starts kicking your ass.
Is Brian around or not?
Uber drives up. Out comes Dune.
Oh.
and then we go find Brian.
Yeah, there you go.
And go get some. What was that?
We don't need Brian. Oh no.
No, we don't need Brian. No. Then we fly out Sparky Toaster, and we film him kicking Brian's ass.
Oh. Well, I don't. Oh. Oh.
No? No. Oh, yes. Mod Pro's agreeing to this. There we go. Everyone's a winner.
Oh, and Super 8.
Oh, it's super. I'll even spring for the color film.
Wow. Okay. I
There
can
we
record
go.
it. We can add it together, maybe.
Yeah,
We can,
we'll edit it together,
yeah.
and yeah, we'll just have to get a cat sitter for our little Momo here.
Shantico won't watch Momo.
Well, if I'm gonna fly out, that's gonna be like a week trip. That I'm definitely getting a cat sitter
Oh
for.
yeah, the catsitter.com or something.
Yeah.
Catsurus.com or
Catsurus. No, what's it? Meow something or other.
should be Meow something.
Yeah, what?
Meow
what's
Sit.
some kind of meow something or other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meow Mix. No, that's the food.
No, that's what Dude has on his portrait now.
Meowtel.
Meowtel.
Meowtel is the site that
Nice.
book cat
I
sitter.
like that. That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably have an app.
They do. And you can text through it, and then they send you pictures of your cat.
Oh, will they send pictures of other cats to you?
I guess if they get confused, they might, but they're not supposed
It's like,
to.
yeah, I want other people's cats too. I've seen my cats. It's fine. Can I have others?
Yeah. No, I've seen those before. Can you send me someone else's cat?
Can I have another cat? Thank you.
No, it is good to see pictures of your own cat at home while
Yeah,
you're away.
yeah, definitely.
It is really good. Not that I wouldn't mind other cats as well too.
I mean, that is why the internet is here. So.
Yeah, it's one of the two reasons we create the internet.
And that's why Dude has his camera outside so he can see his cats.
Yeah. So
That will now never go away because they have been fed.
Yes, they know where the food is.
Yeah, there's probably one or two at the end of his driveway right now as we speak.
Oh, they are there waiting for a refill.
Yeah. No, like I said, there's a cat that comes out here and it comes up and meows, and I open the door and get half a hot dog, and then it goes away.
Ah.
Yeah.
They know where to go. You do feed them.
Yeah, I
you
give
just,
it
you just don't leave the food out.
There's a new cat. This cat is fat. It is the fattest cat I've ever seen. It is huge, and when it meows, it's like really low. Meow. It's like base cat. And I'm like, okay, base cat. Here's half a hot dog. Have a nice day. And then it goes, yeah, I'll let you pet me while I take the hot dog, and now I'm gone. Bye.
Yep.
So that's what it is. No other cats, just that one right now. I'm a one cat person, but right now there's nobody around because of all the construction. I think they're all scared to death.
That'll do it. Yeah, no, cats will avoid loud noises. I'm gonna have to wait till this cat gets used to things before I start putting any new holes in the walls, because the cats don't like that.
Do you have plans to put more holes in your wall?
Not at this time.
You don't want to add more speakers to your Atmos?
There might be a few outlets that I might want to put. At some point, I might want to put the outlet in my bedroom closer to where I charge my phone and plug in my CPAP machine, so I don't have to have the cord running quite as far. It's just that putting the outlet in that place would either mean running a new wire up into the attic, and I'd have to buy more wire, and
Just get a surge protector with a very long cable on it.
or I'd have to run a wire underneath the window, which would mean some flexible drilling, which is always a pain in the fucking ass. And then and besides, so the better way to do it would be to run a new wire up into the attic, which would mean buying more wire, which is, something that I'll do after paying off cat debt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have to sell your house for the cat debt. So
I'm not at that point.
Not at that point yet.
No, it'll be basically I'm just not spending extra money and for a little while, and then I'll get back into the plus. And
so no more TV, no more random TVs.
Right. No more random TVs.
How's your Raspberry Pi TV thing going?
Well, the project that I have been trying to, someone else create this project that creates TV channel schedules based off of your collection of files and folder structure. And I have yet to get it to work on my Pi. and I keep running it keeps crashing my Pi, and I don't know if it's a problem with the Pi itself or a problem with the program. And so I do have a ticket open on the person's GitHub, and he's been looking into it, and he started enabling logging. He's been really good, really nice guy. And from the logging, we just know when it freezes. We don't know why it freezes. Anytime I delete the file that causes it to freeze, it freezes on another file at roughly the same time frame. So I don't know if...
maybe I bet you it's like the encoder or something messing around.
Or, well, I don't think it's even encoding them. It's basically making a catalog of the files and how long they are, because it wants to program them into even hour-long blocks. So while it's scanning in the contents into probably a database...
Are you running Bookworm right now, or are you running Bullseye? Do you know?
I don't know. I have... they used to call the OS Raspbian, whatever Raspberry Pi's OS.
It is it is Raspbian, but it's a build. Basically, it's the build of it. So
they renamed it to. Someone on the forum complained to me when I was asking questions. They go, "Well, there is no such OS called Raspbian anymore. It's now called this." And I'm like, "Dude, you know what the fuck I'm talking about? Shut up." I didn't say that though. I wanted to say that. But
little do they know, it still goes to the Raspbian repository, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so I'm running Raspbian on it, but the project is coded in Python, so you're running these Python scripts, and then it just freezes up the Pi at some point. Now, the guy, I don't think the guy actually did this on a Pi 3, but I see no reason why a Pi 3 wouldn't be powerful enough to
Pi
do
3
these
be fine.
things.
It's a Pi 3 B plus or something, or
so at some point I need to dig in and try to figure out where it's getting stuck, and I'm not sure where to start.
I wouldn't run it on anything lower than a Pi 3.
Right.
But a Pi 3 is decent. You know,
I mean,
I
Pi
run other
3
things
can
on a Pi 3,
stream
so.
video no problem out to the output. Heck, a Raspberry Pi can play video files. And all this is basically taking a collection of videos, creating a database, creating a schedule, and then running it to play videos. So if you could play videos, you got enough power to do what you need to do, unless there's some weird bug somewhere that's crashing something. But I don't know. So I need to start digging in and troubleshooting some more. But it's one of these things that when my hobby turns into an IT troubleshooting thing,
you want to say, let's try another one.
It's like I troubleshoot tech problems from Monday to Friday. The last thing I want to do with my spare time with my hobbies is to do IT troubleshooting.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, could I just have a project that the things work as expected and it doesn't turn into something that's like my job? Could I get that? So I don't know what my next move is. But I need to start tidying up the house a bit, because I got too many computers stacked in my dining room.
Wait, what?
I need to stack them in the basement somewhere.
Oh.
The other day, I was looking under the dining room table while Momo was hiding there, and I saw some dried up cat puke. And I said, "Oh, Kristen, there's a spot of cat puke we need to clean up." And she goes, "Oh, I told you about that. I can't get back there because all your computers are in the way." I'm like, "Oh, I'll move them out of the way." She's like, "Yeah, I told you." I'm like, "I don't remember you telling me that." So, so I need to move my computers and clean up some dried cat. I probably just get my putty knife and just get that up.
The putty knife? How dried is that?
It's been there for a few months, apparently.
Oh, so you just spray the Febreze on it and go?
One thing I gotta say, sometimes it's better to let things harden than to get them while they're gooey.
Oh, this is gonna ruin your floor no matter what, dude. You're just gonna have this spot now.
There are 8-track tapes that were manufactured in the late '60s by Ampex that they have a roller.
Is that like a drug, Ampex?
No, it's a tape duplication company.
Oh.
But the rollers in those cartridges from that time period would have a plastic core with just a rubber tire around the plastic core. And a large portion of these carts had the rubber that was around that core not properly cured. So about 20 years later, like when I was in college.
Oh,
in
did it
the
turn to
90s,
goo?
by the time I was in college in the 90s, if you found one of these Ampex tapes, it was a gooey mess. Don't put that in your player. You'll regret it. And I had a few tapes that I picked up in college that it was a pain in the ass to repair and clean these up, because you open up the cart and you're getting goo on your fingers prying open the cart, trying not to touch it, and then the goo's getting on the tape on the cartridge. You're using Q-tips and rubbing alcohol, and it's just an awful mess. It got everywhere. It sticks to everything. It was awful.
Okay.
Whenever I find one of these carts today, it's not a problem, because it's just a crackly, dried out residue that just peels right off the tire.
Oh, it just peels right off. I see.
Yeah. They in the 90s they were goo. Now they're hardened again. But
They've hardened. Okay.
But they're brittle and crackly, so you have to peel them off of the core.
So if I just wait long enough, the goo will harden.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all you need to do. You just need to wait another 20 years, and the problem took care of itself.
Okay.
And people do make rubber replacement rubber tires that are the right size to squeeze over the original plastic core.
You can't just stretch a rubber band and twist it a couple times over it.
It needs to be thicker than that. It needs to be even.
Well, you get one of the. Okay, never mind.
So sometimes it pays to wait for things to dry out before cleaning them up.
Oh. So
I'm not suggesting that cat puke is something you should always wait to dry out.
I have a question.
Yes.
How many Computerland computers do you need to move?
3.
How many of those Computerland computers work?
2.
Oh, listen, you know exactly which ones work.
Well,
so one's the parts Computerland, and the other 2 are the ones that it's been donated to.
The Rust Bucket parts machine is still sitting in pieces on a chair in case I need any of those pieces or to figure out what I'm going to do for storage. The one that I recently picked up from the guy that had the instruction manuals is on the table working. And one of my spares I brought up from the basement in case I needed a working machine to test the parts from the one that I've got recently. So that's why I have 3.
Okay.
Up there. So one of them has a spot on the shelf in the basement to put it back. And one of them's in pieces I need to kind of put back together, or just piece out and store I'll probably put it back together, and put that to the side someplace as my parts unit. At this point I have, let's see, the first one I got, the other one, the other spare, the one that came new in the box, this one that I picked up in the parts unit. I got 5 Computerland BC-88s. 4 of them work.
Okay. Is that one for each room of the house?
It just kind of worked out that way. The only reason I took the last 2 in were because they had hard drives in them, and I'm still trying to find one that has all the original software packaging that they would.
I thought you found a binder of this stuff, right?
Well, the binder's got the DOS disk, but it doesn't have the applications it would come with, and I'm not like the one we had a word processing application. It had a few other apps, and I don't know if that came from Computerland or if there was a standard package or if it was an extra package it was paid for, or if it was discs that my dad had borrowed from the office. I'm really not sure how those apps got on that computer, so I'm curious what a time period correct Computerland BC-88.
Your dad stole WordStar from the office.
Stealing is such a strong word.
It is, because you know how many times I would be working in labs and saying, "Oh, I see you have the 14 pack of 3.5-inch floppies of Office. Let me borrow these for the day, and I'll bring them right back tomorrow. How's that?"
I'll make a backup copy for you.
I'll make a backup. Well, actually, one of my jobs was to make at least 1 or 2 backup copies of those for them, because it would go to different labs, because at the time there was no internet in that building. It
Right.
was just loading floppies into Windows 3.11 for workgroups, which was my CD copy from a Packard Bell that
Right.
had gone around the entire campus, which is ironic. Yeah.
Well, I remember. I remember when I. Oh, someone wants to crawl on the keyboard. Oh, there she goes.
Keyboard
moved
cat.
I moved my legs a little too much.
Keyboard cat.
She'd
will
rather
have-
I just stay still and not move around and try to do things.
You will realize that Momo has her way, and you must comply to
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wow. That's a new one. She's got her back legs hanging over the arm of the chair, and the front paws on. She is stretched out here.
She's ready. She knows there's other people around. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna show off.
Yeah. No, but so yeah, I bought the last two just because I wanted to see what I want to find one that still has an original hard drive as it was set up from the manufacturer. Plus, obviously, it wouldn't be as new. It'd have an accumulation of whatever was done or put on it.
Yeah.
But so far, the first one I got was one that was brought home to be a family computer in the early 90s and was wiped and put a clean copy of MS-DOS 3.30 on it and was never set up with a working clock because a lot of the files were dated January 1st, 1980, which means they weren't setting the proper date and time when they
No,
booted
no,
up.
of course not. Or the battery died or something on it.
Right. Well, not only the battery, because the battery would only work for to keep time in a clock setting component that you would have to run an executable to set the time when
Yeah,
booting up.
it was like time space and then the whatever it was.
'Cause
time slash date or something like that.
The BIOS was basically just a startup process that ran every time you turn on the computer, like a brand new setup.
Like an AmiBIOS or something.
Right. So, and
Yeah.
it turns out that the also the clock card that's built into the computer has a Y2K problem. Someone has made a modified version of that app, and you can still buy the replacement batteries for that computer, but they're batteries that have little metal legs that solder directly to the board. So you have to take the little clock board out, desolder the old battery, solder on the new. I've done it on 3 of them. I've replaced the battery on 3 of them and set the. But the other problem is that the only reason that you can still use it is because someone made a modified version of the clock setting executable that will automatically set the month and day and time based off what it reads, but it can't read the year right anymore. So you have to tell it in the auto exec batch file when running the application what year to set the calendar to, which means that every January I have to edit my auto exec bat file on my Computerland computers to set it to the new year.
Oh. Okay.
Because basically it's hardwired to set it to read the time, month, and day, and set it to 2024 for the year. And so come January 1st, it's going to still think it's 2024 until I tell the autoexec batch file to use 2025 for the year.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
your basement's becoming a virtual museum of all your computer land and your Macs and your...
it's becoming a virtual museum and a literal dump.
Oh.
Yeah. I need to...
Do you just keep them behind the water heater, or... Have you
between
propped
oil-
up any of the water heater legs with one of the little laptops?
Next to the oil tank and the furnace, I got some
Yeah.
shelving in. I've also got lots of boxes, and I've got lots of piles. I've got lots of.
Okay.
I need to come up with a plan one of these
Are you
days.
gonna have a rummage sale soon?
No,
No.
it's all junk. No one wants to buy any of this. There's only
You
one
did.
person. There's only one person that wants to buy any of this stuff, and he already did.
One of these days, he's gonna go on eBay, and someone's gonna have a brand new Computerland computer, still in box, never been opened.
No, well, I already bought one that was still in its box. That was in quite newish condition.
No, I mean never been opened from the factory. You know.
I don't really need that. I like to use my things. New in box doesn't appeal to me.
Well,
I'm
no,
not-
I didn't
What
say
do I
you
want to
weren't
look
gonna
at a
open it
sealed
up.
box for?
Gators, I didn't tell you. I didn't say you weren't going to open it up. It's just your unboxing experience of having a brand new one to box.
I don't like new in box because I don't want to open it up because I'd hate to ruin the pristineness. But B, I wouldn't want to not use it because I like to. So I like one that comes in an open box that's in really good condition because I had the box, I had the original packaging, and I don't have to worry about being the person that devalues it.
See, I'm horrible. I don't care if it's still new and if it's mint in box as a computer. I'll open it and say, okay, I got my computer. It comes with all the stuff. I get the unboxing experience, and there you go. And I will probably videotape it actually and put it on YouTube or something.
That's cool. There are people that do that.
Yeah. Action Retro guy he doesn't do unboxings though. He just does modifications and stuff. But
Well, there are a lot of the retro computer streamers that will find sealed copies of things, and they'll actually open them up as part of their content. So you kind of get right there how was this package when it was new? So
exactly.
that is cool that they do.
I'll see that on CNET once in a while or other places. I'm like, that's cool. I mean, they opened. I saw someone open a brand new Game Boy, the original Game Boy, and they're like, I'm opening this up, and you see what's inside it and the unboxing experience. I remember that. I actually had one of those, but yeah, it's kind of neat to say, oh wow, look at that. That's what they come with.
Yeah, that is cool.
Wow.
So, what else is going on? We still got... See, we needed about 10 minutes worth of interruptions this week, and Brian just wasn't here to do it. I guess he actually needed 2 hours to talk to his brother.
Well, maybe. Maybe they're talking about dinner. Maybe his brother's going to be in the area. Who knows?
I can't imagine spending 2 hours on the phone with my brother.
Oh, I do. I talk 2 hours on the phone with
I'll hang out with him
him
for 2 hours, but I'm not a phone person. That has nothing to do with my brother. It just has to do with me. I'm really not a phone person.
You have a speakerphone. Just walk around your house and do whatever you want.
Mod Pro writes in, I talk to my bro for 2 minutes and hang up.
I'll talk to people with Twitch on and then be like, what are you listening to? Oh, it's just it's a girl and she's a cartoon and she might be a cat or a fox or something today. I don't know.
I mean, I used to spend hours on the phone with Genocide Rob back in the day, but I think that was more about him than me. I mean, well, that was...
I had one of those friends. He'd sit there just talking. I'd be like, I'm doing my other things. I'll put you on speakerphone and talk to you, you know.
And the thing I remember about that was kind of messed up was that we would call each other, and we lived in neighboring towns, so there was no thought about long distance phone call or phone bill or things like that, because as far as we were making local calls. Then at 1 month, Genocide Rob calls me. He's like, hey, we need to do a better job taking turns calling each other. And I don't know if we were or weren't, because he called me, I call him. We kind of took turns. We never kept score. And he's like, oh, last month's phone bill was way too much. They told me I got to cut down. And so we need to make sure that we take turns calling each other. And I'm like, that's odd. My dad never complains about the phone bill. So I actually asked my dad, hey, are we getting billed for calls to Robert? And my dad's like, well, ask me when the next phone bill comes. So sure enough, I ask him. He goes, no, we don't get charged for those calls. So we had different phone plans.
You better tell Genocide Rob to change his phone plan.
So basically, from that point on, every time Genocide Rob called me, he'd be like, hey, call me back. Okay, hang up, call him back. Hey, how's it going? And then we just talk for however long.
I mean, honestly, it makes sense,
Yeah.
Now it's just like you just call anywhere. It's like that. It doesn't matter. Unless I get those plus 66 or plus 44s or whatever they are from other countries. And I'm like, I'm not answering that. I don't know who you are.
Now Sparky wants to talk about Johnny's car issues. My car's pretty good right now. I do need to take it in for an oil change. I'll probably schedule that. I guess I can call tomorrow, see if they have room for me to bring it in tomorrow afternoon, or if I could schedule something for Thursday, because I'm going to want to get that changed before Thanksgiving. But other than that, everything's good with the car. Knock on wood. because I do need to get it to Pennsylvania and back next week.
Oh, Pennsylvania trip, huh?
Well, yeah, I go there for Thanksgiving every year. My brother's actually going to make it there this year.
Wait. Is next week Thanksgiving? It's not, is it? It's week after?
It's next week, isn't it?
Alexa, how many days till Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving Day is in 10 days on Thursday, November 28th,
Okay, 10 days.
2024.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got 9 days to get a new cat ready to be left alone for a few days.
Oh, wow.
She's doing really good. I think it'll
I
be
guess I'm going
fine.
to my sister's
Now,
in
now she's
9
not.
days.
One thing though is that she's not eating regularly.
Oh.
However, there are no health issues on the record, so I think that's more of an adjustment thing. That she's
Yeah.
still,
You just have to adjust them and say, okay, this is what time the food is out, and they'll get used to that.
we've been getting used to that. And also they forgot to give us a sample of the dry food that they use. So I had to call them up and ask them what dry food you're using and drive out and buy that because she's not liking the dry. So we got to do like a mixture of the dry food to kind of transition her. And then they also recommended that apparently Fancy Feast has a good reputation as being a rather enticing wet food for cats. So we bought some cans of Fancy Feast also, and she's been eating that. So after going through what I went through with Hestia, I'm very nervous anytime a cat doesn't eat. So I'm like, Kristen's like,
oh, that's just picky eating. Cats are always picky eaters.
right? Well,
Yeah.
but also, if a cat doesn't eat for 3 days, it could get serious real fast. Now I know that, and I just went through that. Not that there was anything I could really do about that. We still don't know.
Do you put the food out and then take it back up, or?
Oh no. We'll leave it for long enough.
Oh.
But the other thing is that we have Shaniko, who's been putting on weight lately because she's been like eating double meals, because Hestia wasn't eating, and we were leaving extra food out for Hestia all the time, trying to entice her to eat. So Shaniko's been cleaning up, and she's put on some weight. So we're trying to keep. So if we leave out Momo's food, Shaniko will go scarf it down if Momo doesn't get to it quick enough.
Oh,
So
I
that's
see.
the other tricky part. Now Sparky wants to know where I'm heading to, Pennsylvania. Let's see. How specific should I get? I can't think of any reason not to get specific, but
the Hershey Highway.
no, I'm not heading. Not taking. About 40.
Are there cows there?
There are cows there.
Okay. I do know Pennsylvania a little bit.
Let me give it to you in let's see. I'll tell you how far it is from Scranton.
Oh, they're Amish. There probably are Amish there, I guarantee you.
Wait a minute, this doesn't look right. It went to the wrong one. Not the wrong Scranton, the wrong.
Sparky would like the exact GPS coordinates, please. Thank you.
Oh, that's right. It's Sparky. I don't have to get specific. He'll find it.
He'll find it. He'll be like, "Hi, I'm here for your Thanksgiving. I want turkey."
It's a lake house.
Here's some wood for your fireplace.
It's basically I gotta go 45 minutes north of Scranton.
Scranton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I'm going.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Nice little lake house up there. It's I guess I may as well just say it's outside of Montrose. There's a lot of lakes around Montrose. So that's vague enough.
Yeah, that sounds good. Scranton.
Gonna be a knock on the door while we're sitting down to dinner. Hey, it's Sparky Toaster. I came for some turkey.
and some cheesecake or some pumpkin pie.
Sparky's saying he just needs the county. Yeah, it's in a county. What county? Well, Montrose has got the courthouse, so they're like that's the county courthouse, isn't it? That's
I don't know. I've never been at a courthouse in Pennsylvania before. Yeah. Freudian slip there, Sparky.
It's Susquehanna.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna hurt you down.
Yeah, like I said, a Freudian slip there.
Oh no! I'd love it if Sparky Toaster knocked on the door of the lake house. It was like, hey, I'm here for dinner. Like, come on in, Sparky. Come on in. You're just in time. This is Sparky Toaster from the internet.
Yeah,
He knows-
I really don't
he
know
knows
much
where I
about him,
live.
but he knows exactly where I live.
He
and
knows.
it's fine.
He knows where I live, and I know he lives in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Sparky sending me a YouTube link now.
There you go.
Oh, cat drifting.
I approve.
Okay, all right, we got to share this. The sound is not. Let's do that, and let's do that, and let's. There we go. Cat drifting videos. Whoa. That was fun.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, the sound effects are pretty cool.
Cat drifting's always fun.
Oh yeah. Cats will do some, funny things sometimes.
That is why the internet is here.
Yeah. But yeah, so we should look for someone to raid is what we should do.
Yeah.
While Sparky figures out where this lake house.
Oh, it won't take him that long, I'm sure.
Well, now. Oh wait, no. Sparky's he doesn't. Well, I guess Sparky does have a Facebook. I think Sparky and Dune converse through Facebook. Do they, or do they converse through some other means? Because if Sparky were to friend me on Facebook, he would see my annual Thanksgiving tradition of taking a picture of the creepy Chucky doll that's kept in one of the rooms in the house. And he could probably find some geolocations on the picture.
The geolocations on a picture of Chucky. There you go.
Yeah, because I take one every year and tweet a little. Yeah. It was one of my aunt and cousins were living in that house for a period of time, and one of my cousins had my buddy doll, and it just kind of never left the house with him, and it's become a permanent fixture of that house, is what it's become, and so as a result of and my brother kind of had a little bit of a Chucky nightmare type of thing going on, and you know how brothers are. You find a weakness, you exploit that to the fullest extent that you can, because we kind of dicks to each other like that at times.
I mean, he's your bro, so
yeah.
You're allowed to do that. You're allowed.
I was legally obligated to.
Yeah, you're allowed to do it. Yeah.
Dude blew his nose on my shirt once, so he had it coming.
Oh, that's.
I
I hope you punched him for that. I really hope you punched him for that one.
No, that wouldn't have been tolerated. I only pushed or shoved if I was pushed to be angry beyond control.
Did you at least noogie him or what, William? Or?
Well, the thing is that if I had good ammo to get him in trouble, if I punched him or pushed him, it would negate that, because now I'm the one that's in trouble, because that's not acceptable to respond to things like that with violence.
What if you blew your nose on his shirt too?
Well, no. I basically I knew I had him because I went and he left the evidence all over my shirt. So I went and I told mom and dad on him, and he so dad made him cleaned my shirt with a tissue.
I would have put a chocolate bar underneath its pillow.
A chocolate bar underneath his pillow.
Yes. Yes.
Why?
Unwrapped.
Oh. Is that supposed to be euphemism?
No, a real chocolate bar. So
Oh,
the reason you do this, Gators, is
Uh-huh.
when he wakes up in the morning, that thing's gonna be melted all over his pillow, right? Is he gonna think it's chocolate or something else?
Well, it's going to smell like chocolate.
Maybe. Maybe.
Anyways,
let
me find the. Oh, here we go. So right here is
exactly Sparky.
And as you can see, this my buddy doll has had a haircut. So
it's been trimmed.
So every year I taught my brother by taking a picture of it. Of course, this year my brother's actually going to be there, so I don't have to send him a picture of it. I just have to set it up in whatever room he's sleeping in. Although this is the first year in a long time all four of us are probably going to be there at the same time, which means there's not enough rooms for all of us.
The big question, Gator, is you're going to this one. Are you going to the next Thanksgiving party, though?
I go there every year. I'll keep going there as long as my aunt keeps inviting us back.
Okay. Because you said there was a message that you said you weren't going to one and you were going to go to the other.
What? Oh no, that's the other aunt that's got the birthday celebration in December. You know, I could write on that chain, hey, I can make it now if it's not too late to change the head count. I think I'm just gonna let that lie. I already said I wasn't gonna make it. I'm just gonna
or you just show up. Hi, I'm here.
I'll send a card.
You're not gonna show up with an extra cat and just say I brought my cat with me.
Yeah, let's see how this trip goes.
Leaving the new cat behind. One at a time, right?
Right, one at a time. You know, Momo's a very needy cat right now. I don't know how she's gonna take to being left alone for.
You can do it, Momo. Don't worry. Don't worry, Momo.
I'm gonna need to tidy up my room to take anything that I.
You need to cat-proof your house.
I need to cat-proof the house a little.
Yeah.
Now, Sparky wants to know whose room has this doll. At this point, the room doesn't belong to anyone. It's a guest room. Although the room it's in would have been an uncle's room back in the day when my this house was originally my grandparents' house. One of my aunts owns it now. But typically that's the room that my youngest of my younger sisters stays in when we're there for Thanksgiving. But I don't know where my brother's staying because I usually... I assume Kristen and myself still have the same room we always have. Now, last year, my older of my two younger sisters only did a day trip. She was supposed to stay overnight, but she just decided, nah, I'm done. Let's go home now. And I think she got tired of having to hold her dog all day. There's a lot of dogs in our family, and so it could get exhausting when you have to be.
Oh, is Charlotte going to be there this year?
Oh, yeah, Charlotte's going to be there.
Okay.
Yes, there is an attic. No, I don't think anyone set foot in it anytime recently. I suspect the attic has bats in it.
Oh.
Cell service, probably spotty. There's Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi because there's a modem there, and they do have some kind of internet service.
That works.
I think my phone might not have service by the time I get up there. So I connect to Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Wi-Fi calling's the best.
Yeah, that'll get me by.
Yep.
But now let's see if Sparky Toaster knows this one or not, because I do know that when I would spend summers there at times, and they'd put like TV on in the morning for the Saturday morning or whatever, there'd be a local show, a local kids show that came on called Hatchie Malachi. Let's see if Sparky knows that one. Do you know Hatchie
That's
Balachi?
scary.
Sparky needs to know, so he gets there early, hide in the attic. No. I don't think you want to go in that attic. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's bats in that attic. There's
Okay, they can be friends. It's fine.
There's an old family story about a bat that got in the house. It involves tennis rackets and people in their underwear.
Oh. That just sounds like a good time.
It was a good time for everyone that was watching.
I mean, how much alcohol was on during this? I mean, how much did you
What's
guys
that?
drink? How much did you drink during all this?
This was before I was born. I've only heard
Oh.
about this.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those stories that just keeps getting told.
Oh, that works.
And this is also how I know that apparently you can flush a bat down the toilet.
Um,
I still can't make sense of that, but apparently that's how the story ends. Duck down.
I feel really bad for that poor bat.
Well, bat shouldn't have gotten in the house.
Well, it was just hanging out with the play, you know. It's not bat's fault. You sit there and give it a watery grave in the toilet.
Apparently the story involved at some point they ducked down, held the racket up, and the bat actually flew into the racket. And then they
Poor bat.
picked it up with the rackets like chopsticks, I guess, and dropped it in the toilet and flushed it.
Poor bat.
The plumbing there's got a septic tank, so man, you poor bat.
The bat's like, dude, now I'm swimming around in this stuff. It's not. No.
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 Well, now they put a grinder, a pump in there, so you wouldn't want to do that today. That would.
Oh.
Sparky writes, well, that was a 5-gallon flush. Today's toilets would not be able to flush a
You'd be like, great, you gotta push this thing like 8 times to get that bat down.
Bat kept flying back up. Couldn't get it to stay down. They just don't make the toilets like they used to anymore.
Oh.
There's another story about one of my an uncle that drove up to the house, and I guess for whatever reason he drove up there rather late in the middle of the night or the wee hours of the morning, and the door was locked. He couldn't get in, so he went and he slept in the car. And apparently he was a really deep sleeper that night. And somehow he ended up changing position and fell onto the horn.
How do you sleep through a horn?
I don't know, but he did it. He did.
Okay. Okay.
They had to go out there and wake him up to get him off the horn.
Wow.
Early in the morning, just.
First of all, I'm sleeping in the back seat. I'm sorry, I'm not sleeping in the front seat.
Another one of these stories from, I think, before I was born that I've only ever heard about. So, I'm not sure how someone pulls that off, but he did.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. Hey, Momo. Hey, Momo. Oh, you're going to meow a bit. She's such a needy cat. She's such a needy cat. Well, I should see if Momo wants some treats. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look for someone to raid is what we're going to do
yes.
here.
Who are we gonna raid?
Let's see. Who are we going to raid? You know who we're going to raid? We're going to raid the Graceful Bard is who we're going to raid. But before we do that, we're going to wrap up yet again another issue of
Insert title here.
Actually, we should probably change the name of the show to
Right in the butt?
No, maybe we won't do that.
No.
You're tuned into another fun-filled edition of
Right in the butt?
No.
Okay. Well, whatever it is, we do try to be educational here. And what have you learned this week, Mars?
I learned Mod Pros to come find me and kick my butt apparently.
Yes.
With or without cheesecake.
With or without cheesecake. Well, we could all go to the Cheesecake Factory afterwards.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
And I learned Sparky Toaster is going to find out how many bats are in my aunt's lake house attic.
Yeah.
And Sparky Toaster learned Momo is settling into a new home.
Yay, Momo.
Yay, Momo. And with that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to raid Graceful Bard. We'll be back here next week. Next week for our Thanksgiving special.
Oh.
Which basically means it'll be like any other show. But
I mean, as long as you have the special Thanksgiving intro song they did for every cartoon.
Well, oh yeah, we'll have that. And,
We'll have that, okay. That's what matters.
And of course, we'll make great use of the
You got the turkey?
button.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know where that turkey goes?
Right in the butt?
No.
No, that's where the stuffing goes.
Right in the butt?
No. Well, yeah.
Well,
but
yeah.
no.
So you get your stuffing
Dude,
bread.
I'm not sticking bread up a bird's butt. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
You season the bread, and then you take that bread and you put it
right in the butt.
I'm not putting fancy bread up a bird's butt.
And Sparky wants to know if there will be pumpkin pie. I was looking at some fancy pumpkin pie recipes today. I was thinking of it, but I still there will be pumpkin pie. I don't know if I'm making the pumpkin pie or if pumpkin pie is already bought. I still need to have a dessert conversation on the text chat.
For 2 hours.
I usually wait for people to ask me so I don't have to
Oh.
start the conversation because I'm awkward at any social like that. But
okay.
All right, we're going to go ahead and raid the Graceful Bard over on the Twitch side there. And we're going to stop streaming on the YouTube side there. But if you want to go to
Bye, YouTube.
twitch.tv/Johnny Gators, it'll redirect you to twitch.tv/the Graceful Bard. So let's go ahead and raid the Graceful
Bye, guys.
Bard. Goodbye, everyone. Good night. We'll see you next week. And there we go. Raid created. 2 viewers. 3 viewers. Do I hear 4? Nope. 3 viewers are going to go raid. All right.
Oh,
Catch you next week. Good night.
Good night.